Hello, beautiful souls. Today we're exploring a really profound topic, and that is of empowerment. And it's learning to empower ourselves without overpowering. We empower ourselves through the alchemy of transmuting. Welcome to Spiritual Midwife, the podcast that tenderly guides you through the transformative journey of spiritual awakening and personal development towards the ultimate destination of soul sovereignty. I'm Claire Attio, a medicine woman and dedicated guide to the profound realm of soul sovereignty, and you are listening to Spiritual Midwife. So we've all heard of the phrase an eye for an eye, and it's often used to justify retaliation, to justify meeting violence with violence, and to perpetuate cycles of anger, hatred, division. But today I want to explore the wisdom of understanding that this notion is one of the biggest lies and festering deceits existent within mankind. So let's start by looking at where the phrase comes from, an eye for an eye. It appears in several ancient legal codes, including the Code of Hammurabi, but it is perhaps most famously found in the Bible. In the Old Testament, the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 24, states, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. This scripture was meant to establish a system of justice, ensuring that punishment fit the crime. This is where I get uncomfortable, because punishment is not ours to deal. Yes, we need law and order, but judgment of that punishment should only come from the divine. And it was developed then to ensure that punishment fit the crime. But however, over time, its interpretation has often led to justification of vengeance and retribution. We've all seen it. We've only got to look in our history books to see it, and at how it has been used and played out. But what actually happens when we perpetuate this cycle of tit for tat? It creates a world filled with hatred, with division, and unending conflict. We've got a massive opportunity in front of us, with us currently, to make changes, to stop and break these cycles. Mahatma Gandhi wisely said, an eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. And that's where we've been for some centuries now, completely blind. The blind leading the blind. This is what we're looking to change, but we can only change it when we start to change ourselves, start to awaken to many of the aspects of our civilization that we have normalized. The phrase highlights the futility and the destructiveness of responding to harm with harm. And we've all met like for like. We've all done it. We've all had moments when, feeling attacked, we lash out in defense, spewing out extra negative energy. And if we're honest with ourselves, we can each and every one of us take ownership of a time when we have felt threatened, and in an attempt to defend ourselves, we've attacked back. It's only when we're able to acknowledge, recognize and acknowledge, be honest with ourselves that we've done that? Can we start to bring it into higher levels of consciousness and work on reframing those reactions? It's in these moments that we exert power over power, creating a chain reaction of negativity and hurt, and the cycle of hurt people hurt people. But what if there was another way? What if instead of overpowering, we could transmute the situation? Over the years, I've learned that by working on myself, by working on the inside, by doing the inner introspection and being brutally honest with myself, that I'm not going to deny is not hard, because it is extremely hard at times, I can now respond differently when attacked. Now, when I'm faced with negativity, I have the ability to defend myself, not by exerting my power, but from a space of love and understanding. Transmuting the situation means transforming the negative energy into something positive. It's about breaking the cycles, creating a space for healing and reconciliation. This doesn't mean that we should roll over and accept another's bad behaviour or their power games, or even invite them back into our life for a second dose. But it does instead mean that we defend our corner from a place of deep understanding and compassion. This process begins within our everyday interactions. Each time we choose not to respond with anger, we take a step towards transmutation. Each time we respond to hurt with compassion, we break a cycle of negativity. It requires practice. It requires each and every one of us to be mindful. We can do it. We are doing it. We just need to do it more frequently, with more passion, and with greater understanding of what we are doing. One profound example comes from the teachings of Jesus in the New Testament. In Matthew 5:38 to 39, Jesus says, "You have heard that it is said, eye for eye and tooth for tooth. But I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also." And this teaching isn't about passive submission. It's about active, courageous love. It's about disarming hostilities with unexpected kindness. And it works. It works. When somebody's gossiping about you and you know they're gossiping about you, and you just be aware of it, and you sit in your truth, you're sitting in your power. It disarms people. It confuses people. Truth will always out. It will always come to the surface. Yes, can it sometimes be frustrating when it takes such a long time? It can be. But remember, those frustrations are ours. That's something within us that still needs some work, still needs aligning. By working on ourselves, by cultivating a space of love within us, we can respond to life's challenges in ways that transform and uplift. And it doesn't, and I can't say this enough, it doesn't mean we should never stand up for ourselves, but it does mean that we do so from a place of inner strength, inner peace, inner truth, not from a place of fear and or aggression. Imagine a world where more people choose this path. I've been on my spiritual journey for 10 years and I've seen monumental change. It is happening. It's happening. But we need more people to step on the path so that we can create a world where we empower each other, not overpower, where we are transmuting negativity with love. And I'm not talking about flower power love or hippy dippy love. I'm talking about the full embodiment of the love frequencies, anchoring divine light within us on the planet, and using that divine light, that love light, to transmute negativity as it comes to disrupt our communities, as it comes to cause up evil in our cities. We create lasting change, healing, and unity. Thanks for joining me today. There is a lot going on out there. Remember, each moment is an opportunity to choose love over fear, understanding over anger. Let's continue to inspire, to motivate, to empower each other to step into our true, authentic selves and create a world of love and independent thought. Until next time, stay blessed, stay sovereign, and keep shining your light. Blessings to you all.